Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Puck Drops here. I'm in a different room today. I'm back out of my room because my room is having some glitches with my room's having glitches with the TV or whatever it is, and for whatever reason, it is just not. TV's just not working.
Follow the NHL on social media for behind-the-scenes coverage of the biggest moments, original content with your favorite players, and highlights from the best plays in hockey. The Stanley Cup Final on NBC.
So welcome back to Tampa Bay for Game 2 of the 2021 Stanley Cup Final, as the Lightning and the Canadiens will battle in Game 2. Lightning trying to take a 2-0 series lead after that dominant Game 1 win, where they had a 5-1 win in rainy Tampa, and the Canadiens trying to tie the series going back home. This is also the final game in a long time or ever, we'll see, of a hockey game aired on NBCSN. The next 4 will be on NBC if there are 4 games. We know there will be at least 2. Okay.
Because it's time to get you running. It's time to get everyone running. It's time to make it clear we didn't mean like running. Somebody tell that guy. It's time to get back to getting back out there. Celebrate with a medium hot or iced sunrise batch coffee for $2. America runs on Dunkin'.
We need a bigger place.
Without credit? Besides, we just doubled our square footage.
Credit Karma can show us how to improve it for free. Then we can find a place with a bigger right side up.
Huh, that's really cool.
Credit Karma. Download the app today.
Okay.
I only love you in the summertime. We're having so much fun. I only love you in the summertime. Summertime's when I need done. Night, Sarah. Night. Drive safe.
I love you. Drive safe.
Okay. Bye-bye.
You guys ready?
We got everything? Drive safe.
We all say Chevy can help you do it. With Chevy Safety Assist Standard on the new Equinox and Trailblazer. Part of the Chevy family of SUVs. Drive safe.
Again, I know I was 10 minutes late to do it, but I am here and I'm ready for Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final. This game was a special game in Game 1. It was emotional. It was heartfelt. It was physical. All the lines were going for Tampa. Montreal's lines weren't bad, but they did not score goals. Nice. Price was really good in Game 1, but he wasn't Superman, and that was the problem. He made a lot of saves, but they still scored 5 goals on him, although one of those was in garbage time, and Vasilevsky was flawless.
Game 1 became a thunderous statement. And it's final on Tampa Bay. Battered and bruised, these Canadiens must now bounce back. It's Game 2 next.
Montreal is all about bouncing back. They're all about They're all about resilience. We'll have to see if they do that here in Tampa Bay. Montreal, who in their playoff record in this building have only won twice, and they have never beaten the Lightning in a series that either they lost a game which they've done now, or that they haven't won the first 2 games in the series or in the building in Tampa Bay. They're going to try to tie the series tonight. The Lightning are going to want to take a 2-0 stranglehold back to Quebec. The Lightning enter the ice here in Game 2, and the Canadiens will do as well.
Well, we'll see tonight if Montreal can have a response. And Luke Richardson said the positives today was that this team knows they didn't have their best game in Game 1. And so for that, maybe Game 1, they have a lot more to give.
There's Carey Price on the ice. There's Brendan Gallagher. They're announcing the lineups for Tampa. It'll be the Gord line. And I would think the Danault line for Montreal. There's going to be a raucous crowd in the Bell Center for the first Stanley Cup final game, ever in that building. And the first Stanley Cup final game since Game 5 of the 1993 Stanley Cup final in the Montreal Forum, when Montreal beat the LA Kings. In that fashion, the fashion they did, which interestingly enough, was the very first season of the Tampa Bay Lightning. The last time the Canadiens were in the final. And they will now sing the anthems. They're going to start with O Canada. And then obviously in Montreal, they'll take a shift the other way around. But O Canada and then the Star Spangled Banner as we get ready soon for puck drop between the Lightning and the Canadiens. Game 2 of the 2021 Stanley Cup Final. Yes, I do. Absolutely. Canadiens at the blue line, Petrie's line, Edmondson. Well, Edmondson's line, Petrie, the 2 defensemen. And the Lightning blue line, they stand as well as O Canada has been sung, the great national anthem of the nation of Canada. Now, the Star Spangled Banner, the anthem of the United States of America. And then we'll have puck drop at the Lightning Bolt between Tampa Bay and Montreal. Wow. Got to clap for this guy. Lieutenant Ty Edwards, who apparently, according to the public address announcer, was in combat and thought he would never walk again, and he's standing here in Amalie Arena up this chair. A pretty special moment as they will now sing the United States national anthem. Do I remember Trent from last year's streams? I don't know. I don't think Trent was here when I broadcasted the final between Tampa Bay and Dallas. But it's Tampa Bay and Montreal now. There's Josh Anderson. He had the only goal of the series so far for the Canadiens, which made it 2-1 at the time. And Tampa Bay would score 3 goals in the third period after only being up 2-1 thanks to Anderson's goal. Montreal wants a better start here. They want first goal. They don't even care how a game starts. They want first goal. because they started fairly well, and then it kind of, at the end of the second period, at the end of the first period, just kind of snowballed into something else that I don't know that they felt that they wanted. Remember the last time a Canadian team was in the final? The Canadian team at home ice, Vancouver, and at a 2-0 lead in the series. So Montreal could come back home and win 2 straight and try to do something here. Because remember, Vancouver lost that series to the Boston Bruins, and so in 7 games. So Tampa Bay is a bit more experienced than some of those teams in the past going to the final for the first times as a heavy favorite, because the fact that they've won before and how long they've been in the playoffs and that they know how to win. Lights are back on. The anthem's over. The big television says here in Tampa Bay, it's game time. It is game time. The Lightning and the Canadiens ready to drop the puck. Andrei Vasilevsky faced 19 shots and only allowed in 1 goal. Lightning have done a lot of great things these playoffs. In fact, they also equaled their total of a playoff game goals in one playoff game. That happened in Game 5 of the conference final against New York. The Islanders, who lost 8-0 to Tampa Bay at that point. Face-off, won by Tampa. And Sergachev there over to Savard. He'll shoot in as the game is underway. Savard back out along and try to send this to center off of Byron. And pitched a counterattack for Tampa Bay. Gaudreau passed through, and that backhanded tipped off of Edmondson. Edmondson over for Josh Anderson, battling with Sergachev. And that looked like it could have been offside, but no. Here's Byron stepping back and hands this on down. Canadians will hold on and move with the puck. Jeff Petrie. Petrie sends to center and delays it over to Philip Danault. Danault away from Chernak, slips behind, and there's Tyler Johnson with the puck. Johnson slipped to center. And now here's Chernak, shooting one wide. He scored the first goal of Game 1 as this is batted out of play. What a good direction at center ice that Lightning, they moved that through, and it was like the Canadiens had a chance, the bobbled puck, and this is Chernak, who has had some problems in the playoffs. They're not a decent regular season, but he's had a really, really nice Stanley Cup final so far. Got a goal, his first Cup final goal, his first playoff goal, and cashed in for Tampa Bay, and he's been good defensively as well. Not great, but good. Yanni Gourde bumped out of the face-off circle, tapped through. The Canadiens win the face-off. Sherratt off to Weber, and this will circle behind from the Canadiens captains. Here's Jan Ruda shooting this one on net, and it tipped wide. Shot down Jay Weber as well, and trying to get there is the Finn, Terry Lehkonen. Lehkonen, and great forechecking by Blake Coleman. The former New Jersey Devil did well there. Gallagher off of Yanni Gourde and stepped out behind. And Ross Colton and tipped on away from Coleman. And the Canadiens trying their hardest to intercept. Eric Stahl to Corey Perry. Tried for Stahl and Vasilevsky. And it handed over to Gaudreau. And this puck out in front for Perry. His stick is tied up by Yanni Gourde. Stepped out for Ruda. Good clear in line. This is Armia with a big hit, and Joel Armia is playing after he missed Game 1 and most of the series against the Golden Knights, a team that he knew well as well because of being in Winnipeg when they met them in the conference final in the West in 2018. Price hands this over, and then there was backed out Suzuki Caulfield. That line, Caulfield has not played well in this series, but not necessarily that he's been bad, but that the Lightning have really come for him. Point was not able to score. Here's a chance in. Holds one backhander. Steve Vasilevsky. Rebound went through. Out for Toffoli. It's intercepted. Chernak will pitch this to center. What a play as the Lightning move in. Palat holds up, Braden Point. And he just missed the net as this is fired and walled down the center ice. As I was saying, Braden Point wasn't able to score a goal in game one, but he was dynamite because he had 3 assists and was all over the ice early on in that game. Savard will send this through. Looks for the aforementioned Point. Point who got bumped off, and it's Andre Palat trying to slip this in at the corner and bank off Price, but he was able to make sure that he could have body through. Didn't necessarily get a save, but he was there. Sergachev off to Kucherov. Kucherov steps from Gallagher. Kucherov still on it. Gallagher lost his stick. Sergachev shoots. That's blocked by Gallagher. Blocked by Gallagher again, and out to center ice, and Montreal makes changes. So does Tampa. Wagon Fire changes out there through. Lightning Savard will hang on. Savard moves over for Hedman, tried to get to Coleman. Anderson, and stepped ahead, looks for Gaudreau. That centering pass, though, missed. And the Habs are up to center. It's Kotkaniemi trying to find Anderson and tipped away, then shot in by Edmondson. And Byron as well, and then Hedman will send this across. Slips behind the Montreal goaltender, Carey Price. Back out for shot by Gaudreau. Save made, Price, and out through. Price and Vasilevsky have been dynamite. It's kind of funny. Neither won the Calder. That's the rookie of the year. Neither won the Vezina this year. Price was not nominated because his regular season wasn't great. And Vasilevsky was a candidate, but he did not win. As Marc-Andre Fleury, who Price beat, won. Edmondson over Armia will take it. But it's funny how that goes. Marc-Andre Fleury, who lost in the conference finals to Montreal, as this puck will get poked on down again, and this is an icing against the Lightning, and I'll stop there. As it's interesting also to note, as I was saying, as this is the backhander that was stopped by Vasilevsky. What a great save as Suzuki tried to get through. Oh, the poke check actually poked the puck away. Pretty smart speed to do that. And there was Tyler Johnson. But as I was saying, Connor McDavid, and also Kotkaniemi blocked a Gaudreau shot. Actually, wasn't saved by Vasilevsky. But Connor McDavid won the Hart Trophy for the first guy since Wayne Gretzky. Completely unanimous. Yet he only scored 4 points in the playoffs, and his team didn't even win a playoff game. So it shows you that if you listen to my radio show earlier, what my friend Campbell Donovan said, that yes, this is a regular season award. Lightning are able to bump this down, though, so they can change finally. Stepped up to center and backhanded threw away at Stahl. Will shoot this down. Looks for Sergachev, and then there's Savard. Savard with it over for Colton. Colton battles with Stahl. Stahl back up. Gustafsson. He lost the chance to keep the puck in and shot in again. Backed on out at Savard. Over with it, it's Braden Point. Point hangs on right circle. Point behind. Point steps through, and a penalty coming up against Montreal. Against Petrie. Braden Point draws a hole down. There's going to be a Lightning power play. Bad play by Petrie. I know he's thinking, wait, this is one of the best goal scorers in the playoffs. But the Lightning are going to get a power play here in the first period. And once again, they're going to show that poke check that Vasilevsky made to stop Nick Suzuki. So, with probably Montreal, one of Montreal's best killers, I would say Danault, who's on here, and Edmondson as well, are probably better killers than Petrie. But Petrie's up there as one of the best killers on this team, and he's in the box for 2 minutes. Canadiens win the faceoff. Stepped off the corner, trying to get it out past Kucherov. It will bank to center, but that was chipped from Kucherov off Stamkos and looked for Cirelli, who tried to get it back. Cirelli hit by a Sherratt. Kucherov back out in front, And here's Braden Point. Point with a backhander. It's kept in by Hedman. Hedman back pass. Over to Point. To Kucherov. Lance this through. Hedman tries to keep it in. Hedman will slide it over to Nikita Kucherov. Kucherov right circle. Kucherov back pass. And it was intercepted by a Canadian and cleared all the way down by Philip Danault. One power play goal allowed in the last 14 games, as they allowed 32 of the last 33 penalties. And I think that last power play goal was in game one, if I'm not mistaken, as this is cleared all the way back down to center as well. 65 seconds remain in the Tampa Bay power play. Mikhail Sergachev back out to center ice. A drop pass, and it's taken to Braden Point right circle. Point holds up. Backhand pass to the blue line. Stepped off from Ruda. And now right circle Kucherov. Joel Armia battles. Try to find Kucherov. Slipped out at that point. And brought out Point in the middle. Armia takes it and shoots it off the boards with the Montreal bench. And the Canadiens make a new line change. 31 seconds to go in the power play for Tampa Bay. Now Mikhail Sergachev. Up the middle. Pass across left circle. Batted on through and try to get it for Maroon. And Tyler Johnson can't. It's Danault steps to center and shoots in. One last chance for Tampa Bay and the man advantage. Tyler Johnson steps up center ice and shoots in. Less than 10 seconds to go on the power play. Yanni Gourde held up. Shea Weber back out there. Sherratt through. Yanni Gourde as well. Suzuki tries to clear. He will. And Petrie's out of the box. Penalty's over. They killed it and pretty well. I don't think the Lightning, who had the puck for a decent amount of time early in the power play, afterwards didn't do much with it, and I don't think they got a shot on goal. But here's a chance for Cirelli, who backs up and then shoots through. Trying to get it out across for Chernak, who lost an opportunity on the puck. Canadian Suzuki trying to get there to Foley. Save Vasilevsky. And there's Caulfield far angle and another save by Vasilevsky. Best shift of the line so far. And Caulfield up high, and it was stopped by Vasilevsky and sent to the corner and batted out from Goodrow's stick. But Caulfield gets back and takes and passed that off the boards away from Coleman. Here's Jan Ruda. Out ahead. And trying to find Ross Colton, who speeds through. Colton takes a hit from Gustafsson. Petrie with a hit there. And now the Habs will move it out to center. Backhanded on through, looks for Stahl. Eric Stahl. Hit hard there. And back across for Jan Ruda. And then out Perry. Backed it up and stepped to the corner. Matthew Joseph's on the ice. And the last time we streamed a game where Matthew Joseph's name was out of my mouth and they were playing, it was Florida, Game 3, overtime. Tampa Bay, when Lomberg scored that winner back in round 1. Joseph hasn't played a playoff game since, for whatever reason, as two Canadians collided with each other and offside. No score, but Tampa's been the better team. 10:56 to go on the first.
If you're living on borrowed time, do you have to return it? Question everything. We did. The all-new Hyundai Tucson. Marvel Studios Loki. Jason, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? Cool. So what are you waiting for? Michaela Maroney to get your frisbee off the roof?
I'll get it.
Whoa.
Here you go.
Thank you, Michaela. Dude, get it. I'm not getting it. You get it. You threw it. It's your frisbee. Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. Welcome back. No score. First period in Tampa. Our shot analytics powered by AW.
We're back in Tampa Bay.
Look at where the Lightning have scored their 21 power play goals from during the Stanley Cup playoffs. Kenny, they can score from anywhere. How do you turn it down? You get after them physically, you win races,
And they're showing Montreal's physical play, how they've been able to bend, not break in these opportunities. Tampa's been the better team. They've had great chances, but the Canadiens, the Canadiens don't. The Canadiens they can't run and gun. I don't think they tried to run and gun with them in the first game, but I think they tried to take a bit more chances than they should have against Tampa. Here's a chance. Anderson with Byron going to the net. Anderson shoots and it's blocked away. Cirelli will send this out to center. And up high as Stamkos chases. Sherratt set this back out for Jesperi Kotkaniemi. And Anderson spun off the puck. Josh Anderson shoots in. Vasilevsky out of the net and handed off out to Steven Stamkos. Stepped up the middle. Edmondson there, and then Price steps away from Cirelli off the boards. Stamkos gets the puck. Holds then. Try to dangle through. I think there's another penalty coming up against the Canadiens. Yes, there will be another penalty against Montreal. Extra attacker on the ice. And the Canadiens touch the puck with 10:03. They're going back to the kill. And that was a bad turnover that led to Stamkos just hanging on to the puck. And it went through. Price played it to the boards. It went through the Canadian. He didn't touch it. So then Stamkos had the puck and then was trying to find a way to dangle it because Price was moving slow. But then the slash, I think they're talking about. And then you kind of ask yourself, well, if Byron could have waited, do you think possibly Sherratt, who touched the puck afterwards, was able to tip it? Do you think he would have deflected it so he wouldn't have done anything? There's no reason for a penalty. Well, they don't know. Lightning win the faceoff, and they hold on. Here's Nikita Kucherov. Kucherov back up the right circle, hands off right circle, back out to Hedman. Kucherov shoots, tipped up high, rebound through for Stamkos, and lined it out. Hedman, right circle, Kucherov. Kucherov waits. Kucherov holds on. Pass in front, point! Oh, and he directed it wide. Stamkos to Hedman. Hedman shoots, and it's tipped off the glass. Back to Kucherov. Nikita Kucherov with the puck. Kucherov, right circle. Twist through, shoots blocked. Tapped away by Lehkonen and out the center. Away from Hedman. Here's Nikita Kucherov. He's backed up Lehkonen shorthanded and sticked away by Vasilevsky, who got out. Hedman stepping this one on through, and it is Patrick Maroon out ahead, and this puck will just bank on back. Braden Point now. 1 minute to go in the first period. No score. Lightning and Canadiens. Nikita Kucherov. Right circle. Back pass, and that was tipped away. Back from Armia and Petrie there too. Here's Stamkos. Fed off. And now Mikhail Sergachev. To Nikita Kucherov. To Sergachev. Kucherov shoots. Save Price. Maroon to Kucherov. And Price's straps on his mask are off. So they'll have a stoppage. So that was a really good play. Nikita Kucherov's been all over the ice. I know all the talk about the whole thing with the cap issue. There were so many dollars over the cap, but you know what? It's a system. It's a really faulty system that should change soon. But they were able to work the system, and they've got a player who's healthy and ready to play. As this is smoked down the ice and sent out. Back across, tried to tip this through, backhanded away, and shot down. Maroon holds. Patrick Maroon back, Sergachev there, left circle. And it's Andre Palat. And it's Sergachev. Tyler Johnson. He shoots, blocked away again. In the Canadiens, here's Lehkonen. Lehkonen looks for Byron. Byron Stepped ahead, looked for Lehkonen. Lehkonen hit hard. And there's another big check, but out to center. Over for Gustafsson. Gustafsson sends on through. He'll work it away and step up the middle to Foley. Batted at that puck. And taken through for Alex Chernak. Chernak past Petrie. Chernak backhander wide. Gustafsson now. Looks for Petrie, and it's Gallagher. Gallagher to Suzuki. Looks out to Foley. Suzuki. Canadiens keep it in their own zone. Trying to get it out, though. Flank. They whip a defense, but here's Gallagher. He's able to pass that through it. Stepped in, shot in, and then a change. What's up, Alexis? I was wondering if you were coming to the stream, but of course, here we go. 7 minutes to go in the first period. It's no score between the Canadiens and the Lightning. And then stolen by Joseph. Matthew Joseph behind the end wall, and now over to Ross Colton. Colton out at the net. Looks for Maroon. Skewed off the puck, and Joseph wants it. Shot from the boards and batted out. It's Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Over to Paul Byron. Back to Matthew Joseph. Joseph away from Anderson. Spiked on back Maroon. Driving on through by Hedman. Hedman hit hard. Over to Colton. Colton. Playing better than 2 nights ago? Yeah. Armia. Backhander in front. And glove down by Andrei Vasilevsky as Anderson is tangled with a bolt by the side of the net. We go to commercial in the first period. 6:20 to go in the first period. No score in Game 2 of the 2021 Stanley Cup Final between Montreal and Tampa Bay.
I didn't have an app that showed me when she was taking the car. Before, the chance of an SUV handling more like a hot hatch.
You will know a world before electric. Before it can change the world, it has to change yours. The all-new, all-electric Volkswagen ID4.
Peacock is streaming. And it's free.
I think Tampa's playing better than Montreal right now, but I think Montreal is playing good. But they played better in the first in Game 1 and just couldn't get it to go. So I think it doesn't matter who. At this point in the Stanley Cup Final, who's playing better at one point, there's no momentum. This is not a final where you're going to see momentum change. There's no such thing. It's going to be who scores first and who just really is able to make it a really big opportunity to win the game and not let them have the puck as much. If Montreal scores first, it bodes really well for them. And I think you have to. You can still win with conceding the first goal or even a second goal, but you don't. It just is so much better for Montreal if they can win. If they can win Game 1.
How do you top a cup of Dunkin' cold brew? With sweet cold foam from Dunkin'. So be sure to grab a cold brew and sweet cold foam for game time, because where there's hockey, there's Dunkin'. America runs on Dunkin'.
Little roster management by John Cooper. Face off in his own zone. Tyler Johnson centering that fourth line right now with Ross Colton and Patrick Maroon.
Tyler Johnson face-off tied up and then won by Montreal. And here's Gustafsson, steps into the circle. Shoots, save Vasilevsky, try to fend that off. Stahl tries to dig it through. And Vasilevsky, after a good Montreal rush, is able to hold on. You say Lehkonen, he's playing good. I think Gallagher might get it. This guy is just playing for a goal. He's feisty, he's fighting everybody, he's hitting. He had blood pouring on his eyes, on his face in Game 1. He's doing it all, and I'd love to see him score a goal. 5 shots for Montreal, 4 shots for Tampa. Doesn't mean that much, though, in the Stanley Cup Final, as this will be pinned out over Patrick Maroon. Tries to step this up the middle, and instead he'll just shoot it off the boards, looking for Ross Colton. Colton with a huge hit there, and here's Maroon. Maroon back behind. Patrick Maroon steps. Colton out to Savard. Savard handed this back. Tyler Johnson shot it out wide and taken off the boards for Joel Armia. I don't know. Is aggressive mean smart aggressive or just going to throw money at things and continue this big rebuild for Vancouver? We'll have to see. That puck was just siphoned off the far boards, and the Lightning will keep it out to center and shoot in. Price hands it on back. And over Sherratt will take it. Sherratt. No, I don't know what betting smart is, but whatever. Gallagher takes the Tampa Bay player down, and there's no penalty as Blake Coleman backhand sweeps this in. Sherratt takes a pummeling hit there. Killorn was over, and here's Lehkonen. Lehkonen, Yanni Gourde, and Danault backhands this over the stick of Yanni Gourde, and here's Victor Hedman. A good lineup pass, and now the Lightning break. Yanni Gourde will backhand in. He scored in the last two games. In Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Final, he scored the series winner, the only goal of the game against New York, and he scored a goal in Game 1 in the 5-1 victory of the Stanley Cup Final against the Canadiens. Danault back out. Danault with it. Stepped ahead, looked for Caulfield. Caulfield, and then this will be backed up off the boards and stepped a bit too far for Ruda. No, Ruda, this is icing against Montreal.
Look at what Brendan Gallagher looked like in his press conference yesterday.
The ones on his left cheek came from the last round. The one on the forehead, that was from the last game.
Shot through for a tip. Couldn't get that across. Canadiens, a chance in front to Foley. Getting back with Chernak and a save made by Vasilevsky. But what an opportunity and an odd man rush, Tyler Toffoli. Lightning are going to bring it up now. Now a 3-on-2 manifest. Kucherov shoots, save Price. Rebound, and it came away for Toffoli. Backhanded back out, and now a 2-on-1 coming through with Caulfield, holding across a shot and a save by Vasilevsky on Nick Suzuki. And now here come the Lightning counterattack just like that. Back out and backhanded through from Point from Palat. Point with Kucherov. Point. Stepped ahead, tried for Kucherov, tipped on goal. This went over top of the goaltender and all the way back down the ice. And this is going to be icing against Montreal. Wow. What a rush.
Here, a good job by Shea Weber to get there in time and direct that one over the net. This is an earlier opportunity for Kucherov. So he got tipped on the way in, but that's a quality save for Price in this first period.
That was a heady pass by Sergachev on that first chance you showed, Brian.
Face off controlled by the Lightning. Savard carries it.
Back out. Away from Savard. Now shot in again. And over the top of Price and out. With 3:25 to go in the first. We go back to probably the final commercial break of the first period. 3:25 to go in the first. The Canadiens are upping their chances. It's still scoreless in the first period of Game 1. Of Game 2, excuse me. Yeah, see the link. What is that?
Let me break it down. You got your new customers. They get our best deals. You got your existing customers. They also get our best deals. Everyone gets the deals. Question.
Got it. But why did you use a permanent marker?
Because I want to make sure you remember.
Oh, it's a blog.
It's not complicated. Only AT&T gives everyone our best deals on every smartphone, like the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free.
Figure it out, Shaker. See you on Monday.
When a Bud Light legend is finally summoned back to the office, cold ones will remain firmly top of the agenda. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
I wasn't born in the spotlight. No. Had the grind to shine like a star on a hot night. Real rock stars don't chase the spotlight. It chases them.
You see the baby?
Yeah.
How can we see you so clearly from here?
How are you guys a basketball playing kid?
How can I find almost anything? Hey, how did you read that book so fast?
Hi, LG. Big night.
Mom, how did our home get so smart?
Want more stats? Just
Yeah, it's pretty good. I was reading some of it, but
Let's take a look at the SAP NHL coaching insights.
we'll see when they get their rookie coming in too as well. But yeah,
Gretzky, Lemieux, and now Nikita Kucherov. He's been fantastic.
Nikita Kucherov with 2 consecutive 30 points postseasons. Only
You could argue better goaltending for Kucherov. to do it.
only 2 other guys have done that in hockey history.
Remarkable, and he's not done. We still got some games to play, so we want to continue to
Wayne Gretzky did it 5 times in his career. Mario Lemieux did it 2 times. Kucherov has also done it twice, last year and this year.
assistant coach Luke Richardson, their interim head coach.
And there's the interim head coach for Montreal, Luke Richardson.
Consecutive game, but expected to return for game 3 in Montreal on Friday, sitting out due to COVID protocol.
Stamkos against Danault. Face off one back out. Lightning have it. Hedman. Jan Ruda will shoot this on through and try to send it on back. Over Kotkaniemi, hit by Tyler Johnson. Shea Weber hit by Stamkos. Back out Danault. Off the boards. Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Byron tries to chase. He will chase. And this will be spun all the way down Carey Price. Over to Edmondson. Steered out to center ice. It will go there. And here's Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Kotkaniemi to Byron. Byron shoots. Save Vasilevsky. Byron hit hard off on that fall. And here come the Lightning. They'll push it across. Just chop this in. Price out behind. Price over to Edmondson. Yeah, but I think he talks about depth scoring, but I don't really even think, as there's going to be 2 penalties coming up, one against Montreal, one against Tampa. Chernak and Byron, as the referees are trying to establish. I don't think depth, because you can get depth scoring any time of the year. I really think they got to get more goal scorers. Because I'd like to see this team. I think this team's offense is to run and gun, and I think you can get some goal scorers, and I'd like to see more. Either if they're going to draft some goal scorers or if they can find some. I think depth players are really best to kind of let, don't just sign a guy for 2 years as a depth player. Like, try to really, build these guys. So I think getting some more top scorers would be good. Although they also do need defensemen. And, a Montreal player got hit right in the head with a stick. That's Danault. This is going to be a power play for Montreal. Definitely. It should be, I would think. He got hit in the mouth. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. No question. McDonough whacked him in the head right with the stick. Right under the eyes. I mean, that might even be 5. I don't know if it'll be 5. That's got to be a penalty. I think they gave it 2, but they're going to probably look to see if that's 4, because that's a tooth that fell out. Yep, that's a chiclet, and he has blood. You can see something if you're watching this game. There's something white flying in the air. Why does Tampa have a power play? Montreal, it would be, not Tampa.
Big opportunity here for Montreal, and they're going to get some space too. Sometimes a 4-on-3 can be
4-on-3 for 1:41. It is 4 minutes. It should be.
Interesting no Caulfield on this one, Brian. I'd be having Caulfield out there instead of Eric Gustafson right now, in my opinion.
No Caulfield. Gustafson's out there. And yeah, but again, if you were watching this and you saw when that happened and you saw something fall when he got hit, that was a tooth. That's how high it was. Brought out Shea Weber. Out across Gaudreau, 145 to go on the 4-on-3. Here's Shea Weber with it. Weber hands on. Hangs on. Suzuki. He shoots. And Vasilevsky might have gotten a piece. Hedman tries to clear it out. Can't yet. Suzuki back through, and Lightning do clear. Yeah, but I might be also broadcasting the Suns game because basketball. But we could talk a little bit about it. Yeah. I want to talk about it on the show on the radio show at some point soon. Also. Pinballed out at the right circle. It's Tyler Toffoli. Stepped on through. Shea Weber with it. Weber holds on. Weber out for Nick Suzuki. Suzuki hangs on. Right circle. Shot wide and off and tried to bank but couldn't yet. 50 seconds to go on the 4-on-3. Out to Shea Weber. At the blue line. Backed out for Gustafson. Out to Shea Weber. Two defensemen. This is basically an overtime power play in the regular season. That's how this works. It is brought out Gustafson. And try to crack the net and get it back. Canadiens keep it, though, in the zone. Shea Weber at the blue line. 25 seconds to go in the 4-on-3. Held on shot. Saved by Vasilevsky. Pinned out and cleared. 50 seconds to go in the period. No Canadiens come on the ice. Petrie back as well and stepped ahead. Petrie drops off. Perry to Kotkaniemi. Kotkaniemi shoots, save Vasilevsky, and by the stick of Perry. The 5-on-3 is over. Now it's a 5-on-4, but the Lightning have a short-handed chance. And this is skied up high off of Price's shoulder and out with the minute 59 on the 5-on-4 and 26.3 in the first period. It's Kurt Crawford there playing and here in Montreal and Tampa Bay.
He's got to get it there. The screen by Gustafson in front. Suzuki with the shot. But for Tampa Bay, it's been all about taking away Shea Weber and not allowing that one-timer. And that's why Cole Caulfield should have been on the ice. He could have double-stacked the left side of the ice at both right-hand shots. I don't agree with the formula at all of having Eric Gustafson out there instead of Caulfield.
Back out for Kotkaniemi. Kotkaniemi sends this through. Hit there by Gallagher. And stepped ahead. Back out, looks for Shea Weber. Weber sends in, up the middle. Kotkaniemi, pass across, and it tipped on through. Over to Weber, tried to step it, and Anderson, I think, got whacked. He has immediately gone to the referee and wants a call. Why, Alexis? Thought he got whacked in the arm. Anderson did. Alexis, why would they try to get Keith? He's a very old defenseman. Why would you get him? What would be the purpose?
On. And no matter the city, no matter the team, no matter the game, whether it's face-off or penalty shots, regular season or playoffs, win or lose, no matter what happens, no matter where it happens, New Amsterdam vodka is there.
That I would love. That would be great. That would be great. That would be awesome. I would love Tarasenko. I love Tarasenko. Never able to root for him. He's a goal scorer. You could stack him at any point. He could play more minutes than he does in St. Louis. You could do a lot of different things with Tarasenko. Yeah, I would. I would love to see Tarasenko. Listen, I like Keith, and it would be nice to see Keith as a Canuck. Like, it'd be great to go, oh, we have Duncan Keith on our team. Look, I can get a Duncan Keith Canucks jersey. Yay. But I don't know how much it does for the team's success in the future, where Tarasenko's a really good piece. I think that would be something good. The problem is, now here's my question. Alexis, do you think it's possible to shop for Tannen? Because of, we're not going to discuss, obviously, this is, it's inappropriate, but of the horrible things, obviously, he did. And if you know, you know. But is he damaged goods, or would somebody take him? Do you think you could get, you don't even need to get like a Tarasenko, but like, could you get something out of, maybe even a few picks out of Virtanen, or is he completely damaged goods? You would just have to cut him at this point. It'd just be like, there is no chance you're doing anything with him. Like, I want your take on that, because it's kind of interesting.
Sorry. Well, since you asked, it finds discounts and policy recommendations, so you only pay for what you need. Literally, you're an animal. Who's got the bird legs now? Only pay for what you need. Liberty, 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 liberty. Hey, golfers. For a limited time, you're free to tee up holiday savings with this Golf Now special offer. Get 10% off select tee times. Just use promo code FIREWORKS. Visit golfnow.com today. Go play.
Welcome to the Lexus Intermission Report. Experience
You think that's possible? I'll take that right now. I will absolutely take that. I would take that right now. If they could finesse that deal, I would absolutely take that. Virtanen for DeBrusque, I don't think Boston would buy it. Not because Virtanen's not good, but because of the horrible things that he did. Because of the horrible off-the-ice things that he did. But if you could get DeBrusque for Virtanen, I would take that right now. I'd rather have Corrali, but I would take 2/7 for Virtanen if you could get something out of it. Maybe not 2/7, but
Kind of a careful start for Tampa. That's not the way they wanted to go against this Canadiens team. You can see some of the passes not tape to tape. Montreal in good position, easily handling some of these giveaways, and eventually
all right.
checking on the defensive zones.
All right, let's do the NBA game. Well, I don't even know if it's on right now, but
Scoring chances going the other way. That was a really effective period for the Canadiens. Yeah, if you want to win, you do the gritty things along with getting
okay.
offensive output you need.
All right, we're in LA now for Game 6 of the NBA Western Conference Finals. If the Suns win, they go to the NBA Finals, like they had the opportunity to in Game 5 and were outplayed by Paul George and the Clippers. If the Clippers win, they're going to play their second Game 7. And they're going to play their second Game 7 this playoff after they had the Game 7 win against Dallas in the first round. And also, Chris Paul, who was on a Houston Rocket team that were down, or was it? No, it wasn't Houston. Was it Oklahoma City? I think it might have been Oklahoma City. Well, they were up 3-1 over the Warriors and ended up falling. And they ended up falling 3-1 to the, after being up 3-1, that they had a 3-1 hold and just fell apart. They just kind of fell apart at the end of the game as everything went on. And the Warriors went to the finals. So And the reason why I bring that up is, I'm sorry, I'm kind of losing my thought here. But the reason why I bring that up is because this Clippers team could have a chance to do that, go up from down 3-1 and come back. It's Game 7. The Suns certainly don't have as much momentum. They would want to clinch now. And for Tarasenko, the package is the 9th pick, Podkolzin, Yoni Yermo, and a 3rd for Tarasenko. I do not want to give away Podkolzin. I assume Yermo's probably good. Yeah, those are good prospects. I don't know. That's rough. I don't know if I want to give all that for Tarasenko. I don't even care about the 9th pick. I mean, it's good. You're going to want something with it. But I care a lot more about – I don't care about the 3rd. I don't really care much with the 1st round pick. It's Yermo and especially Podkolzin that's I wouldn't want traded. Alexis, can you tell me anything about Podkolzin and Yermo? Podkolzin, I've seen some of them, so I know I've seen some of his highlights. But Podkolzin and Yermo, can you tell me if what their deal is?
Just as beloved by his players, but it wasn't always that way. Monty told me that after he was fired from his first head coaching job in New Orleans, he went back to ask his former players to be real with him. And while he heard plenty of good things, he said he also heard, Coach, sometimes he would say things that made me feel small. That had a big impact on him. It's what's prompted him to create that great phrase we've heard him use throughout this postseason. I'm not calling you out, I'm calling you up.
To Letty. That would be a good defenseman to have.
George on the paw, nails a 3. That's just who we are. Fight, we scrappy. I think we'll be ready to go for Game 6. We have to be locked in, from beginning to end.
NBA Courtside on ESPN is presented by Ally. Make your money work smarter with Ally.
This is the story of two Bills. One is used to things being hard. The other found a smarter way. One does it how it's always been done. The other does it better. So, which one is yours? Maximize your savings, invest from anywhere, finance your home, for all things money.
Do you think it's trade or free agency? I think we're going to see more trades this year.
Safety first. That's what we always say at Geico. Never mind.
Okay, you got a plan?
We really should leave our insurance information.
Oh, for the Canucks? I don't know.
This is more than basketball. This is where legends.
Oh, apparently, I don't know if you guys heard, but Taves is going to be back for the next season. Apparently, he had some sort of condition. Do you guys think that the Blackhawks, the way they played this year, would have made the playoffs if Taves was playing? I think they could have. I think they really could have, because they were the worst team in the league in the first week, but for the weeks after week 1, they were really good. They were really, really good. And they looked like a shoo-in for some points. They looked like they were going to be like a 2 or a 3, and then as Florida and Tampa really amped up the consistency, and injuries started to happen. It pretty much felt like they wouldn't be higher than 4, but they could get to 4, and then just it kind of just fell apart. Dallas and Nashville were really the two teams in control, and know all about that.
The all-new X-HMT massage chair by X-Chair. The future feels good. X-Chair prices will be on July 12th. You still have time to get an X-Chair at current prices, so shop.
We'll just go to the hockey game. We'll do the basketball game in second intermission. Because it says it's going to start, but I don't think it's starting yet.
Sorry, old way of saving. We just blew you away. Deposit $1 now for a chance to win $1 million. Terms apply. At Great Clips, you get a haircut you love every time. Now that deserves a selling. Great Clips, official hair salon of the NHL. With Clip Notes, we save your haircut details, so our team is always ready for you. Great Clips, official hair salon of the NHL. I'm David Collado, president and co-owner of Happy Howie's Dog Treats. We make all natural dog treats, and we're growing really fast. So fast, we were maxing out production. That's why I chose the Spark Cash Card from Capital One, because I earn unlimited 2% cash back on everything I buy. Last year, I redeemed $21,000 in cash back. Seriously, $21,000, which I used for new equipment so we can feed even more dogs. Thanks to my Spark Card, we're in over 4,000 stores across the country. What's in your wallet? Aficionado. I'm a fashionista.
Sneakerhead. Metalhead.
Gearhead. Audiophile.
Gamer. I'm a foodie.
Whatever this is.
Obsession has many names. This is ours. The Lexus IS. All in on the sports sedan. Experience amazing if you like.
All right. Should be ready soon for start of second period.
News from the last half hour. Quebec public health authorities have denied the Canadiens' request to increase the attendance at Bell Center for Game 3. The team had asked for 10,500 to be allowed, but capacity will remain at 3,500. Now, on the other hand, the Lightning were approved for full capacity tonight, close to 19,000 inside the arena.
You've been watching the Lexus Intermission Report. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
I'm really nervous. I don't know what I should wear. Just wear something not too crazy. Remember, it's a business dinner, not a costume.
Patrick for Vertanen?
This is what she heard.
Do you mean Nolan Patrick? I could see that trade actually.
Don't trust first impressions to just any network. Go with T-Mobile, the crown jewel of 5G.
Anybody want to split a turkey leg?
Coach Moose is a pillar in our community. We make it our goal that no kid is going to not play hockey because of money. And that's driven by Moose.
Moose Youngin's determination to keep the Johnson-Como North St. Paul youth hockey program alive was boosted by the Learn to Play COVID Equipment Relief Program. Inspired by Coach Moose, Discover donated additional equipment and gave the program a special surprise. See the full story at nhl.com/discover.
The next generation compounds and bridge down tires give them responsive handling at high speeds. We could show you the data on that. Or you could just feel the data. What really matters is their Bridgestone.
When technology is easier to use. Here we go. Barriers don't stand a chance. Technology as a service. It's my time to come alive.
You can do things differently. You can take a chance.
Peter, do you want my final list? Yeah, sure. You can send it wherever you want.
But real change, true change, starts from within. The all-new NX, reimagined from the inside out to be more in tune with you. Arriving this fall.
The Stanley Cup Final on NBCSN is brought to you by Lexus. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer. Get the ice at the speed of 5G with T-Mobile, America's largest, fastest, and now most reliable 5G network. With board-to-board coverage and breakaway 5G speeds, T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
And get a look at our White Claw replay in Cole Caulfield and talk about putting your head down and getting to work. Look at the area that he covers here. Recognizes Cirelli's got an opportunity, buries his head, gets up to 22 miles per hour. A good stick there by Caulfield.
We are ready for the start of the second period in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final. Montreal is on the power play. The Canadiens win this game, a tie series. If the Lightning win this game, a 2-0 stranglehold. McDonough is in the box for high sticking. Gaudreau and Suzuki. Suzuki wins the draw. Canadiens will bring it up. As there are a minute 25 left in the power play for the Canadiens. Another drop pass and a held out at the blue line. Caulfield out left circle. Back across away from Stamkos. Tap through on Vasilevsky. They hand it back. Gustafsson couldn't get it. And the Lightning clear. Right off the boards and back down to Carey Price. He's going to hand this one on out. And down for Gustafsson. Away from Gord. Gustafsson, draw pass. Out to center ice. And Caulfield trying to step through. Toffoli away from Cirelli and out to center. And it's Corey Perry. Perry away from Cirelli. Perry with Suzuki up the middle. Perry up to Toffoli. Over for Caulfield, and Toffoli hit there. And backed up. Looks for Caulfield. Steps aside. Perry out in front, and that's blocked off the backhand. Caulfield. Set up at the left circle. Cole Caulfield. Back on down. And shot through at the point. This is deflected. Back away, Corey Perry. Caulfield as well. And he's not able to hold it. This will be banked down to Carey Price. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Gustafsson. He'll hang on. Waited out over for Anderson up the middle. Penalty's over. Anderson backhander throw. And a save by Vasilevsky on Gallagher.
Doesn't get to him, and then a follow-up by Suzuki and Vasilevsky with the save, but you can see how active Vasilevsky is down low. Look at this, 3 center icemen coming on, natural center icemen for Tampa. They get Johnson. So if you're Steven Stamkos, cheat on the draw, you got 2 other guys helping you out.
Ruda with it. He takes the puck away. Step this one up for Stamkos, and it's a pinballing puck. It'll go to Byron. Byron steps through. Back out for Petrie. Petrie ahead. And moved up the middle. And Cirelli. Cirelli gets through. And another big hit. Forklifts the puck away. Here's Kotkaniemi. And a delayed offside against Tampa Bay. Now here come the Montreal Canadiens in. It's Byron. Drops off a shot. That one pinned off the boards. Over to Victor Hedman. Hedman steps this send in just a bit too far and high. And that'll be taken by Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Playing in the first Stanley Cup final game along with a slew of Montreal Canadiens players. Vasilevsky. Over to Hedman. And this puck will deflect out. Only four Montreal players have won the Stanley Cup. That's Joel Edmondson, Jake Allen, Corey Perry, and Eric Stahl. And of course, Perry, the only player on this Montreal team who has played against the Tampa Bay Lightning in the Stanley Cup final. He was in Dallas last year. Here's Shea Weber a shot, and that's blocked out and thrown to center. So many years in Anaheim, a year last year in Dallas, and then coming over in free agency to the Canadiens. And in his third Stanley Cup final. Backed out Shea Weber. Hit as they battle at the far boards by the penalty box. And stepped off a juggling puck. Gallagher tried to get ahead. Wasn't able to go cleanly, though, and shot through for Carey Price. We'll handle this back out behind Gaudreau. Backhands through. Over it's Yanni Gourde. Gourde wanting it. Danault with a hit. Gourde away from Gaudreau. And back up the middle for Brendan Gallagher. Gallagher waits and slides this off the boards. And it's out of play. It just tipped out into the bench before it went right through at the boards. What's up, GDD Games?
Are all down low supporting the puck. That frustrates Tampa. They can't get that forecheck game going.
A neutral zone draw, but it was won by Montreal, and they are going to keep it in their own zone. Corey Perry will set this on out. A stretch pass and try to get through for Eric Stahl, who takes a hit. Stahl to Armia. Armia looks, battled on through. Corey Perry away from Braden Point. And Stahl with a hit on Palat. Stahl back on out. Here's Armia. Hangs on behind the net. Trying to stuff one for Perry. And Vasilevsky was able to just fend that puck off. And here comes Point with space. Point drop off for McDonough. And Corey Perry will take it back out behind the goal. Jeff Petrie. Interestingly enough, the Lightning, who won Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final, 2 nights ago, that was the first time in franchise history that the Lightning had ever won the first game of the Stanley Cup Final. In all finals against Chicago, Calgary, and Dallas last year, the Lightning lost Game 1. But they ended that curse. Let's go Bolts is the chant. Canadiens will set this up the board. It's intercepted. Yanni Gourde. He shoots it out wide. And now Cole Caulfield steps with space for Suzuki. Caulfield in on Sergachev. And Toffoli with a hit on Sergachev. But the puck is freed up by Tampa Bay. It's Gaudreau with Coleman. Coleman hangs on. Blake Coleman left circle. Passed it in front. Almost intercepted. But Coleman gets his own pass back. And here's Chernak. Holds, shoots, and a glove save by Carey Price. 14:48 to go in the second period.
So the question was, were we going to see a response from the Suzuki line? Well, I think we've seen it. It's been a much better team to.
Suzuki line's been better. They've been held in check for no goals. Nobody scored anything. But they have not been really held in check as much. They've seemed to be better with the puck, and they've seemed to make better decisions. NBC crew talks about being more confident. I think confidence, but breeding intelligence, really, to me, is not even confident, but just intelligent to the point of, all right, we're going to bring this up the ice. We know they're going to be ready. We know they're going to want to shut us down. Now, what can we do to help each other in the best way, no matter what it is? It doesn't necessarily have to be to bring the puck up, but what can we do? And they've been smarter about that, as this is offside, I believe. They have built the forecheck up. That's been what's been helping them. And Vasilevsky started to have to make more saves than he did in game one. He was very good, but Price, after the first 10 minutes, was incredibly active. What's up, Trent? Yeah, the Montreal Mites have been much better. 8 scoring chances for Montreal, 5 for Tampa Bay. 15 shots for the Canadiens, 7 shots for the Lightning. Only 2 shots in this period for Tampa Bay. It's backed up for Caulfield. Another save by Vasilevsky as they tried to feed the puck in front for Perry. Perry's dangled up. There's Petrie shooting, and a save there by Vasilevsky. Petrie held up Armia with Savard, and this will step out to center. Petrie, Cirelli away from Petrie, and back up and trying to find Steven Stamkos. Poke checked away by Carey Price. And handed on back, Corey Perry. Up the middle. Here's Sergachev. Mikhail Sergachev drops it on back. Out in front, Johnson in front of the goal, and Price was able to just sweep that away. Back to the far boards. Jan Ruda. He had the game winner in game 2 in the Eastern Conference Final against the Islanders. Stepped down front for Cirelli. Score! That got tipped! 1-0. Lightning! Anthony Cirelli, great board work. He's had a decent game. And this is the Lightning not giving up on pucks after they've been outplayed. Tyler Johnson, and there's Cirelli, and that hit Price on the blocker side, and then it was tipped. I don't think that hit Ruda's stick, but I think it hit Price on one side of him and then went out the other side. On that angle, looks like it might have hit Jan Ruda's stick. But in any case, it's 1-0 Tampa. Lightning 1, Canadiens nothing. Even though the Canadiens have outplayed the Lightning so far in the second period. Gallagher steps it out to center. And scooted off the boards. Shea Weber tries to step this on through. Yanni Gourde back out as well. As that is a hand pass. There was Cirelli's shot that went through off of Perry. Tampa's only won 3 games in the Stanley Cup final in this building. Looking for a win. Or, excuse me. Hold on. Did I do that math correctly? Wait, we're going to commercial. We're commercial. I don't even know if I did the math correctly. Hold on a second. Yeah, I did. This would be win number 4.
Solid team game. We can do more. We're keeping it. We're doing a good job. We just got to quick believe.
Mass Mutual, proud partner of the NHL.
Inside the bubble with Duncan. Whoa, wait. You can pull the goalie in?
Yeah, just went to get a Dunkin' cold brew. Plus the puck is in that spot no one can really get to.
Get the help, please. Where there's hockey, there's Duncan. Order ahead plus earn rewards. America runs on Duncan.
Well, Geico's 85 years isn't just about time, you know. It means experience. I mean, put it this way. If I told you I'd been jarring raspberry preserves for 85 years, what would you think? Well, at first, you'd be like, that's got to be some scrumptious jam. And then you'd think, he looks fantastic. I must know his skincare routine.
Geico, saving people money for 85 years.
Big bug.
12:57 to go in the second, and the Lightning have struck first. And this is what led to the goal. Cirelli, and a good play by Ruda, who has the past 2 rounds been really good on pretty much every facet on the ice, even though he's listed as a defensive defenseman. Also, good play by Tyler Johnson. They've reshuffled the lines, obviously, in the past 2 years. No triplets. It's Kucherov and Palat on one line, but Tyler Johnson is on this line with Cirelli. And they'll announce this goal as a face-off won by Montreal. Want to try to tie this game. As this puck is sent to Vasilevsky, makes the save. They have never tied the game in the series. No game has been tied. And that definitely looked like that was tipped. But yeah, that was a good shot to get it through. Just those are the type of goals you score in the Stanley Cup final. That's just the type of stuff that happens in the way it goes. Toffoli against Point. Let's go Bolts the chant. It's won by Tampa Bay, but that was an illegal face-off, so they'll redo it. Legal draw. Back across, they'll reset. Toffoli out at that face-off one. Back down Palat. Tries to step across. Palat hit by Sherratt. And Toffoli, it'll be step back down again. Over from Chernak, and there's Palat. Palat out ahead. Will send this over to center ice. And back up. Lightning bank this to the boards. Suzuki over for Caulfield, shooting it wide. Backed on out. Sherratt over to Suzuki. Shoots it, a save by Vasilevsky, and it's Palat over. Stepped ahead. Out to center ice, Ryan McDonough. 12 minutes to go in the second. 8 in. Over for Sherratt. Sherratt steps out across again, and this is fired and blocked off. Caulfield sent this pass across. Here's Paul Byron. He'll go back on his heels and wait for a pedaling pass over to the right corner. It's Petrie trying to fire this through, and it's blocked away. Cirelli moving the puck. He'll push it across. Cirelli and Edmondson battles Cirelli there. And backed up, looked for Hedman. Stepped aside, and now it's Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Kotkaniemi holds, shoots, blocked by Johnson. Away from Kotkaniemi and out across. Over for Anderson. Back in front for Armia. And out, it's Petrie. Fires, save Vasilevsky. And that just found its way through and out. And back over for Petrie. Out for Petrie again. Steps, wrister, and banked on through Armia. And that is blocked away. And over to Petrie. Petrie out ahead. Tries to shoot this far angle. And now it's taken by Stahl. Stahl shoots. Save Vasilevsky. No rebound. $10:45 to go in the second. Now 1-0 Tampa Bay Lightning. And this was the shot by Eric Stahl that almost got tipped down by Anderson, but Vasilevsky was able to find it and hold on. Almost a game and a half played, and Vasilevsky's only let up one goal. Weber cranks it. Save Vasilevsky. Weber again, a shot, and this is banked off the glass and out to center. Habs will move in. Eric Stahl. Back out Vasilevsky. Try to send it over to Armia. And the puck is forked off away from him. It's Maroon. Up to center ice. Look for Tyler Johnson. Is offside. Matthew Joseph was offside with 10:20 to go in the second period.
Johnson still trying to shake off that last block attempt. Fighting already without Alex Delort. Blocked a shot in the second period. Game one and is out tonight. Remember all the rumors last year in the offseason? Tyler Johnson won't be back in Tampa. Tyler Johnson will be picked up on waivers. Tyler Johnson this last.
Sergachev back out, shot in again. Pierre McGuire made a good point about how Tyler Johnson, we're wondering where he would go. Finally winning a cup. It's a final hurrah. And it's probably his last game with the Lightning, and he's back. Oh, it's a penalty coming up against Tampa. And that should be a doozy because the Montreal player that went down, Arturi Lehkonen, got hit hard and high. He got hit really high and super hard, just careened into the boards. This will be a power play. It's going to be a penalty against Sergachev. That angle doesn't look as bad, but trust me, that was brutal as the Canadiens went to the aid of their teammates. 1-0 Tampa Bay midway through the second. But the Canadiens headed to the power play.
Built for all kinds of fun. Contact your Honda dealer today or shop online.
July 4th weekend's always an exciting one. Racing on July 4th just goes hand in hand with everything I live for. Burgers, racing, fireworks, maybe the pool.
Hey, it's me, your skin. I crave being clear without irritation. New CeraVe Acne Cleanser. Benzoyl peroxide treats my acne, while 3 essential ceramides and CeraVe help restore my natural barrier so we can treat and heal. New CeraVe Acne Foam Cleanser.
I really don't care who it is.
Verizon Fios, you can make your new home work even better for you. The stress of moving, it was just really nice to have the internet be easy. Plans start at just $39.99 per month. And when you upgrade to our fastest internet, you can get an Echo and a Ring camera on us, only on Verizon.
Interference is the call, and even though it was brutal the way he went down, this is not going to be anything more than 2 minutes. So this will be another power play for Montreal. It's gotten a few, but not been able to score. Remember that Cirelli goal was a 5-on-5. Canadiens had the 4-on-3. So Lehkonen will go to the locker room, which is not good for Montreal. They're going to need him, a depth scorer. Suzuki lines out there. Suzuki won it to Foley. Back across. Caulfield shoots and fired off the glass. Right circle, Gustafson. Over Suzuki, and it's cleared. Price hands this over to Gustafson. Eric Gustafson, former Philadelphia Flyer, moves on through to center ice and drops off to Nick Suzuki. Suzuki to Perry. Perry to Suzuki. Suzuki out behind, and This puck will just be tipped out of play.
Difference for the Tampa Bay Lightning. He's offensively jumping into place. Defensively, he's aggressive. He's being physical. He's playing smart and hard without taking penalties. He's been a really big tower of power for the Tampa Bay Lightning here in Game 2.
Yeah, you think about the 2 games he missed in the Islanders series. Since he's come back, he has been fantastic.
Chernak, you're talking about consistency. He's had that. He's been very good. Gustafsson.
I don't know what it's like down at the bench area tonight here, but in Game 1, he had an awful lot to say to the Montreal players on the bench. It was nonstop chirping coming from Chernak all game long.
It's been very quiet here in Game 2 for both benches.
Toffoli against Cirelli. Face off, won by Tampa Bay, but again, illegal draw. It's going to be a pressure situation for both players, though, because if it's egregious enough, they'll call a penalty on delay of game. This spun around, and Canadiens had it. They do. They poke it through and score! Montreal ties it with a tip! Perry might have gotten a piece. Power play goal. 1-1. It'll be Nick Suzuki. Oh, no, that's Perry. No, that's Perry. Suzuki with the backhander. This went off 2 lightning sticks, and then it went off of Perry's. This will be Corey Perry's goal. Guys, Corey Perry's first goal in the Stanley Cup final as a Montreal Canadien. He scored a Stanley Cup final goal, an epic one in Game 5 against the Senators as a Duck. He scored one last year in overtime for the Stars to keep their season alive, and he scored one here for Montreal in the final. And the Habs have tied Game 2. This is big for Montreal. You know that they needed that. And another tip, that it was a tip shot on through that helped for the Montreal Canadiens. The Lightning to score the goal. Now Montreal's got that similar side. Here's Danault, sets this up. Left circle. There's a shot en route, and it's just blocked away. It's kept out by Petrie. Stepped aside, Edmondson, and Hedman is chased by Danault. Lightning, send to center. Yanni Gourde steps through, but Petrie's there. Petrie, and he backs it out across. That's the first power play goal of the Canadiens in the series. The Lightning have one. That was that garbage goal by Stamkos. There's a shot. Garbage time goal. Should have said garbage goal. Garbage time goal. There's another chance, and it's tipped off Vasilevsky as he made it through. Alexis, Perry definitely tipped that. Watch that again. Perry absolutely tipped that. Here's Anderson. Sets up left circle. Handed on back. Flung to Sherratt. He shoots and fires this one up high, but it's kept in. Anderson, Armia, and now Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Kotkaniemi. Back out front from the boards. Over for Shea Weber, and there's Yanni Gourde. Now Gourde. Hit hard. Over Kotkaniemi, trying to take this puck back out again. And Kotkaniemi out at the left circle. Fired this on through. They have the pressure going. The pressure cooker. Now that they've got the goal. Toffoli sets it up left circle. Lightning are fatigued right now. Yanni Gourde will clear this down. This is icing, so the same guys have to be out there. So they can't change. What a good hustle rush for... This is a play. Sherratt was tipped. It went off of Coleman's skate stick and then bounced off of Vasilevsky. The Canadiens, after they scored that power play goal, they had pressure earlier. They even had pressure after Cirelli scored and before he scored. But their pressure's been even more at this point. They're running away with shots on goal. They are retaining, becoming, because they were the better team early on, and then the Cirelli goal, and they kind of fell off. Now they've become the better team again in this, and it's in a tie game. Gourde out helped on the face-off. He was down and he helped. Most of those players have done that, the Lightning, in these playoffs, where they'll go down, but nobody figures out where the puck is, and they can see the puck and just on their knees tap it back, and he did that as this puck is forced in and back to center. Victor Hedman has it. Hands it off and step through from Ruda, and here comes Stahl. Stahl, Perry goes to the net. Stahl shoots, save Vasilevsky. Perry was looking for a skidding rebound. He didn't find one because Vasilevsky swallowed it up with 7:09 to go in the second. Great board play, guys, and this is Eric Stahl. He's going, Hedman's going back. If I could force this, Vasilevsky, if this goes in, or maybe Perry could boot it, or goes off of Ruda. We have so many opportunities, and so many of those things could help our team, but they end up having as just a no rebound. And if you're not going to control your rebound in a play like that, 100% you want to just hold it and hope the face-off goes in your favor. And that's what Vasilevsky did. And that's kind of happens here. It's tied up, but Montreal still had it through. Cirelli tried to get it back, but backhanded in. Montreal, Gallagher with a hit. And there's a good check. Stepped out to center ice, though. Danault threw a stick, shafts up high. Danault goes across. Look for Gallagher. Backed up. Here's Byron. Save made. Gallagher rebound. Puck loose. Gallagher again bangs at it. And the puck goes loose past the crease of Vasilevsky. Out to the point. Petrie. Right circle. Danault. Left circle again. Joel Armia. In front. Behind the net. Stepped it back out. Gallagher on the backhand. And it's out through. Habs trying to keep it. Edmondson, no. Now Montreal will back up at center. Sliding through at the corner by Petrie with the puck and over from Kucherov. Petrie gets it. Canadiens move in. Back pass to Caulfield and intercepted. Lightning have it. From Cirelli and intercepted, but a Canadian went down. Here's Caulfield. Fires up and wide. But Habs keep in. And now Lightning force through. Here's Kucherov. Spun on back. Last 11 shots on goal, though, have been by Montreal. Here's McDonough. Sets in front. Kucherov shoots, and that is tipped wide. And Palat wanting it. Palat away from Caulfield and all the way back down and into the Lightning end of the ice. And the Canadiens will make changes. I have no idea, Trent. 5:30 to go in the second period. 1-1 tie. Goals by Cirelli and Perry. Sherratt backhands this on out. And stepped ahead. This went off of Joseph's face. I said it went offside, out of play, I guess. Not a penalty. I guess they're giving the goal to Nick Suzuki. I'm telling you, this tipped off of Perry. But, all right, it's Suzuki's goal. So Perry doesn't get the goal, but 1-1. Canadiens and Lightning.
The sweet sounds of nature. Seriously. Before it can change the world, it has to change yours. The all-new, all-electric Volkswagen ID4. Hi, Verizon launched the first 5G network, and now we want to be the first to give everyone the joy of 5G by giving every customer a new 5G phone on us. Old customers, new customers, families, businesses, in-laws, law firms. Every customer, new 5G phones when you trade in your old ones. And if you're not a customer, we'll help cover the cost to switch. Just ask Wanda. She's been with us since now. Upgrade your phone, upgrade your network. Yes, just got pre-approved.
That was fast. What are you going for?
This?
You want your new car to be a Hummer.
Well, technically used.
A used one. Like that. The one it's your job to drive.
If you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
No, I'm streaming the NBA playoffs. So, no.
Our members are the mission. Shots of 14-2 for Montreal in the second period. Turnover here by Hedman to Armia. Real good save there by Vasilevsky.
And that onrush before commercial by Montreal was real good. Real good. Brendan Gallagher And then again, the Lightning it went off of Joseph's nose, the puck from McDonough. But again, the Lightning, they force the puck off the wall, get back into the zone, but aren't able to do anything with it. No shots on goal either there. So the trend continues for Montreal. Braden Point can go help and try to push the puck through. Stepped ahead and backed up. Back it on down, and the Lightning forced to center. It's Sergachev. Sergachev. Edmondson with a hit on him. And now away from Price. And now Montreal. Anderson. Anderson to the goal. Shoots and try to slide it through. He's done that a lot. A save made by Vasilevsky. He was really good at that against Fleury in the last round against Vegas. This is stepped out behind from where Vasilevsky was. There's a shot by Petrie and a save made by Vasilevsky. Out across, down to center. And this will be tipped out.
Canadiens low to high. Watch the redirect here by Gallagher. Traffic. Vasilevsky, perfect positioning. 2 on 2 upright, like he's not swimming all over the net. He just reads.
You saw that Petrie shot too, and how that just flanked off the toe of Vasilevsky there, and real good play by him.
Edmondson being physical on the star players for Tampa Bay. That's what you have to do. And you're right, Kira. Vasilevsky has been calm, much like we see down at the other end of the ice, typically with Carey Price.
Backed it on up. It's Coleman. Coleman ahead. Gaudreau. Barclay Gaudreau to the point. Chernak back on loose for it, and he lost it out at the blue line. McDonough. McDonough steps ahead. Away from Caulfield up the middle. Lightning try to force through with Chernak trying to get back, and McDonough out ahead. Ryan McDonough away from Caulfield. Yanni Gord out at the wall and looks on for Coleman. Erased it from Sherratt and got it, and that's that. Icing, I believe. Yes, it is icing.
So let's get out there and get those footlongs.
Now at Subway, buy 1 footlong in the app and get 150% off. Subway, eat fresh.
Yanni Gord right off the face-off lost it, and the Canadiens get it back out at the circle, and now this is a high stick against Montreal. They gained possession at the point. They were doing everything well, and somebody put a stick in the face of Coleman, and after all of this Canadiens dominance, the Lightning are going to have a chance for a power play deep in period 2. A cross-check is what they'll call an Armia. So the Lightning to the power play. First game in the final for Armia. He didn't play game 1. Sorelli against Danault. Face-off won by Montreal. Stamkos. They get that back, but then taken back by Tampa Bay. Hedman, right circle. Back out Hedman. Holds on and flanks it to the right circle. Right circle Kucherov. Kucherov, Sorelli, Kucherov, Hedman. Hedman, Kucherov, holds. Pass in front. Braden Point, what a save by Carey Price. And that is where Point is so good at shooting this puck. And that's a really, really nice save by Price. It's not tipped. He's not really screened. I know Sorelli was in front, but it's not really screened. But it is a bit of a tough dangling puck, shooting puck. He's able to stop it here. Stamkos shot save. Price, another rebound. Poked away, and the Canadiens clear it. 2:50 to go in the second. 90 seconds left in the power play. Here's Victor Hedman. Drops it off. Nikita Kucherov back out. Kucherov to Point. Intercepted by Suzuki and cleared down the ice. Over for Hedman. Hedman away from Suzuki. Hedman away from Toffoli. Hedman drop pass over point. Back out to center. Back to point. Point to Cirelli. Hit by Toffoli. Cirelli from Toffoli. Back out. He was able to go through, and Kucherov wanting a call. Doesn't get one. Fans don't like that. Stamkos tipped off, and Canadiens clear. They're really booing. Not so much about the kill, the clear, but more so that the referees didn't call a penalty. This is out to Price. And he nearly put it in his own net. Nearly put it in his own net. But he got saved by some good luck there as the Canadiens clear it. Almost was 2-1 Lightning. Carey Price almost put it in his own goal. It would have been worse than the Fleury own goal. Ref, you suck is the chant again here. How many times have we heard that in the playoffs? Gord sends this through. Maroon back out in front. Tipped in front again. Out for the Lightning to try to bank through. Penalties over. Out of the box is Armia. Maroon steps aside and the Canadiens clear all the way down. This does not look like icing. No, because Armia pursues Vasilevsky out of the net, and Armia's got it. Armia right circle. Fires for it and couldn't get through. He's hit again. So the Montreal dominance continues. Once 5-on-5. Armia back away from Palat. 1 minute to go in the second period. Gord steals that and off the boards. Tried to take it out. Couldn't. Kept in by Jesperi Kotkaniemi. To Merrill. Shoots and it's tipped away. John Merrill's first time on the ice today. Here's Pat Maroon. Maroon out across. Petrie with a hit there. Merrill. Merrill looks for Petrie. Back out across, and finally the forechecking works for Montreal to get back in. Kotkaniemi, and he's offside with 31.2. Wow, what a period. 28-12 shots in favor of the Canadiens, and Maroon, should he have shot that? He tried to pass it, and the side he was, there were nobody here, and this was the opportunity. It just went off of Kucherov and went up. But, yeah, the puck hit Kucherov, and then it went off of Kucherov. And if that just hit solid ice, that might have went in the net. And then Sherratt blocked an opportunity with the Lightning could have had a chance to make it 2-1 on that. Wide open rebound. 30 seconds to go in the second period. 1-1 tie. Goals by Cirelli and Suzuki. Chernak, but I said it was Perry. I guess, Perry could have tipped it, but it wasn't because it was very much like the way the Ruda in front of the net kind of tried to tip and fan at the puck, but didn't touch it, even though he looked at it. Maroon out in front. One last chance. A good throw back in front. Oh! Puck went in, but is there time? Yes! Lightning make it 2-1. Shades of 2015. Oh, that's not good for Montreal, guys. Blake Coleman, 2-1 Lightning. Good play by Gaudreau, and he passed it off to point to Coleman, and Coleman just dove across to put this through. And did this puck go in time? You betcha. With about a second. This will count. Now, the only thing would have been goalie interference. Oh, no. No way. No way. This is going to be a good goal. 2-1 Lightning. And that's insane. Period's over. The Lightning, who entered this period outplayed and continued to be absolutely outmatched by Montreal. Montreal gave up the first goal. Then they scored the tying goal, and after that one power play, we're really looking to be in a great place. But give up a goal with a second remaining in the second period. Lightning 2, Montreal 1 at the end of a wild second period.
What was a great period of hockey for the Montreal Canadiens. Tampa Bay has the lead in the series. They have the lead in this game, and coming up On the Discover Card Intermission Report, Jonesy, Ace, and Sharpie, they will break it all down. Stay with us.
We are you. 30 years in the future. We are fighting a war. Our enemy is not human, and we are losing. In 12 months' time, all human beings in the future will be wiped from the face of the earth.
Okay, let's go to the NBA game.
You and your unit are now in 2051.
Open three. The
48-47
2 to rebound.
Phoenix here in game 6. 5:50 to go in the second quarter. We're in game 6. LA wins the game 7 on Friday in the desert. If Phoenix wins, they go to the NBA Finals. Patrick Beverley, a shot, and that one didn't go. And Crowder is checked to the ground, to the court by Terrence Mann. And that foul will go against him.
Wimbledon coverage continues on ESPN and ESPN Plus with 10 and a half hours of second round play. Watch every match live also on the ESPN app. Just over 5.5 remaining. Second quarter here in game 6.
Jay Crowder to Paul. Chris Paul will get it. Matched up by... That's still Terrence Mann. Yeah, they didn't shift him out. Paul bumped down, another foul against Los Angeles. The Clippers are in the bonus. They got to be careful because Phoenix might get there as well. Trent said that it was Nathan. Back out. Booker, what a dunk! Devin Booker slammed this tomahawk style. Suns by 3. You're not new if you're a mod. Oh, maybe you are new because maybe you're somebody else. That's true. Never mind. Reggie Jackson will score, but I don't think they're going to count the bucket. They will. And 1. So if he makes the free throw, this will be a tie game. This is Reggie Jackson bumping Devin Booker, but I hope they show, and they will, the other side of the court, what Devin Booker just did. He went airborne, and he hammered this one-handed dunk home that at the time gave Phoenix a 3-point lead. It's Keegan. Oh, haha. Free throw made by Reggie Jackson. The game is tied. 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Game 6 of the Western Conference Final. Winner takes on the series between Atlanta. Crowder a 3. Score! Crowder! Suns by 3. Atlanta and Milwaukee in that series will also have 6 games. Reggie Jackson back out. It's Paul George. He had a Titanic game 5 in the desert. Paul George. Crossover. George again. George fades through in and out. Backed up. Looks for Reggie Jackson. There's Crowder. Sends it on out for 3 and an out. And Reggie Jackson will cross. And passed it back over, faked it. Beverly again. Sidewinds through. And a foul against Phoenix. And the Phoenix bench does not like it. You wouldn't think they would. No, I told you I'm screaming basketball. Suns were adamant that should not have been a foul, but it was. Patrick Beverley has 9 points in 15 minutes, and he's going to have some free throws, so make the first.
He didn't want to wait out the suspension, so he decided to try and get into the draft. But it was too late, so he played with the Ukraine. Next year, he drafted
Patrick Beverly. Now Crowder will hand this in. Booker. Booker. Fadeaway. He scores! And he drew a foul. Suns by 3, and now they have an opportunity to go up by 4. So look at Patrick Beverly, Chicago native, played for the University of Arkansas, and then played in the Ukraine in Europe after an academic suspension. And having to workmanship way his way into the NBA, finally was able to get there as Booker makes the free throw. And he's here in the conference finals, and longtime Houston Rocket after being drafted by Oklahoma City. Reggie Jackson at the three-point line and goes over to Paul George. Less than 3:40 to go. Paul George back out. Pass out? Probably not. Then Reggie Jackson for 3, and this is tipped in, but that's goaltending. Or no, it was a shot clock expired. Either way, LA loses the ball and doesn't get any points on that. Suns will bring it up. Booker rushing through from the free throw line, shoots in and out, and the rebound lost by Phoenix as well, and then almost tapped out, and then the Clippers touched it as Beverly tried to save it, and the Suns will get the ball back with 14 seconds remaining in the shot clock as that ball was going out. That was one of those plays where Beverly wants to be the hero, and he didn't need to be.
Well, guys, when you see a little extra going on between Cat Bev and CP3, don't forget that when Chris Paul decided to...
Crowder gets the feed, perfect pass, and scores. And that is going to be really hard for Patrick Beverly to deal with there. Paul George, screen. Back out to Paul George. Over to Beverly. Blocked. And taken over for Booker. Booker for 3. And he missed it. There's a foul. I'm having a hard time figuring out who it's on. I go to commercial. 2:51 to go in the fourth quarter. 58-52. Favor of Phoenix.
At Verizon, we want to give everyone a 5G phone on us with all the entertainment you love, like Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, and now Google Play Pass, so you can game in glorious 5G. We're calling it the biggest upgrade ever because it is.
If Philly Garcia listened to those who rejected him, he never would have made a name for himself, lining up some of the biggest names in pro sports. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes it mine. Modelo, one for those with a fighting spirit.
Remember when driving was fun? It was an act of freedom, an inspiration. But somewhere along the line, cars just got boring. You deserve a car that thrills you. Like sports cars with blue pedals, trucks that take you to incredible places, colorful crossovers, and cars loaded with technology. And there's a car company that believes that too. One that has been delivering thrills for over 80 years. This is Finallive. Let's play hide and seek.
The body has decomposed.
How quickly can that happen?
7 years.
But she just died.
Every half hour is equivalent to 1 year of my life. Where are the kids? He was 6 years old this morning.
We're running out of time.
Only in theaters July 23rd.
Is there something I can do for you, Mr. Hurst?
Speak to Miss Forber. We work together. It's search.
All you need to do is see the document.
Safe was empty. You want a little slip of the work.
Who set me up, Jimmy?
Well, I guess that's the question.
I'm gonna get what's mine.
Whoa.
Every day. Classic beef and cheddar. Two of those things for just $6. Arby's, we have the meat.
Carmelo, I just want to say congratulations, man. You won the very first NBA Social Justice Champion Award.
For me to just be that first guy to just receive that award by you, Cat, this is an honor. I'm lost for words with that right now.
Now, Carmelo Anthony.
Back in the second quarter, of course.
Of the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Social Justice Award. As winner of the award, Carmelo Anthony.
And they announced that the former Denver Nugget, New York Knicks, Portland Trailblazer Carmelo Anthony. You know I love Carmelo, one of my favorite NBA players of all time. He won the Social Justice Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Award. There's Jay Crowder for more free throws. That was a penalty, a foul against LA. Crowder will make the first. This game was neck and neck, and now the Suns are starting to pull away just a little bit. No. Second one. Now, and they lead by 8. Beverly. Back out to midcourt. Patrick Beverly. The crossover. Beverly. Steps ahead, Reggie Jackson. Morris scores! And the Suns will bring this up. Terrence Walker with it. Screen by Ayton. Walker missed it, and the rebound up high. And the ball went off a clipper. It's Phoenix ball again. Remember the last time that happened as Tyronn Lue, the former Cleveland Cavaliers coach of the LA Clippers, did not agree with that. They're looking, and did that Tyronn? It went off of Zubac, but then went off of Ayton. And they thought that this was a... Yeah, I am trying. I don't know what I'm going to do it, though. Back out. Crowder for 3. He scores! Crowder again burns the turnover. 13 points for Jay Crowder. 63-54. Phoenix. 3-pointer on its way, and scored by Morris. So just like that, it's back to only a 6-point deficit. And that finger roll that tried to find Ayton to dunk it didn't work. And back out Kennard. Paul George. Pass Morris. To the corner off the backboard. Heavy 3-point shot by Reggie Jackson. Wouldn't go. 90 seconds to go in the second quarter. In and out and rolled and tapped up and rebounded up high and still and off a Clipper and then off a Sun and then got by Ayton and then Ayton bumped down and he was fouled. And he got hit right in the back. Basically a cross check. That's what that was. Now, you know it's a foul. Now, you would normally say this would be a flagrant foul because you can call a foul like that as a cross check, although it's a bit harder in hockey and basketball, softer, but he is going up for the ball. I think they'll make it a flagrant 1, so it won't be as bad. Now, this is a foul, but what is the call if it is flagrant? Also, in 1 minute, we're going back to the Tampa Bay game for the start of the third period. He hit the ball, too. He blocked the ball. Now, he also got the head of – that's really the thing. He hit the head of DeAndre Ayton, who they're going to need. Especially if – depending on either Atlanta, because they have Clint Capella, or especially if they have to deal with Milwaukee with Giannis Antetokounmpo in the NBA Finals.
The impact, he does have the ball, but he hits him upside the head there. So it's the severity of contact and where the contact occurs.
Yeah, to me, this is flagrant one. Yeah, I agree with the official, with the referee. All right. They'll never figure out what the flagrant was. Well, probably figure it out, but. All right, third period time. We'll have the rest of the Suns game if this game goes to overtime.
Because this Bud Light legend beer runner hasn't lost a single step. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
What does it mean to be made true? It means being made to stand the test of time. Made to give it your all. Made to live loudly.
No, stop asking. If you keep on asking, I'm unmodding you. Hey, you know what? I won't unmod you. No, I will not unmod you. Even if you keep asking. But please don't keep asking.
Is brought to you by Truly, the official hard seltzer of the NHL. By Toyota, let's go places. And by Discover, something brighter. Tampa Bay Lightning 2-1 lead over the Montreal Canadiens. We get set for the third period. Toyota takes you inside the glass, Pierre.
Kenny, after that second period sensation for Blake Coleman, we got to see it again. There's so many moving parts. Watch Coleman.
So this is the goal that was scored with a second left. So it was a poke check, a forecheck, and tap passes. This was more of hitting to set up the goal. If you remember against the Canadiens, against Price in 2015 in this building in the playoffs, they won Game 3 in the second round. Where Tyler Johnson had the goal, or the Kucherov line was on the triplets at the time, and it was a lot of tap passing to set this up. This was hitting. So after an incredible period for Montreal, it doesn't feel like one because they're down a goal. Hopefully they can go to the thing saying, hey, we've been here before. We should have been tied after outplaying them, but you know what? We can find a way. And now, here come the Lightning. Gord, up the middle. Gord! And it's tipped off the glove of Price. Yanni Gord sets in. Pass in front. Coleman shoots. Saved by Price. Gord steps in front and backed up for Coleman. Coleman out behind the net. And Coleman couldn't keep it. And this puck will just find its way all the way to Vasilevsky. Back out. The Bolts will move it. Point. Steps aside and Price to hand off to Sherratt. Sherratt took a hit. And try to backhand this up. Stamkos there. Deneau. And hit Sherratt. And out to center. Hedman. Stepped on through, and it's Tyler Johnson who shoots. And off the blocker of Carey Price. Back out. Deneau shoots in. And off the boards, Hedman. Hit by Lehkonen. Looks for Deneau. Deneau with it. Deneau hangs on. Backed up, Hedman. Stepped off the boards, and it's cycled back out across where it can be thrown on through. And now as the Lightning with the 2-1 lead, and Lehkonen to hand this off to Edmondson. Edmondson away from Kucherov. Now to Jeff Petrie. Petrie with it. Petrie will fire this up to center and dropped off, and it's Eric Stahl. Stahl in front, tipped on Try to get it by Vasilevsky. Perry keeps it in. Back a shot in front and couldn't get that to go. Perry with a big hit on Kucherov. And down the ice it goes. Banked off the glass. Looking for Kucherov. And out for Edmondson. Edmondson hangs on. Will it be 2-0 in the series going to Montreal or a 1-1 tie? Backhanded in, and Vasilevsky will take this, try to send it over where Stahl was. Matthew Joseph into the Canadian zone. It's Joseph shooting. And Price was able to fend it off, but he did miss the net. He just was having his body in the way, so it wasn't a clear lane. Backed up for Chernak. Chernak moved through. Chernak back Sergachev up the middle. Tyler Johnson shooting this up high, and Price holds on with the glove.
For the Canadiens, they're trying to find a way to equal this game. Stahl with some speed down the left side. Good stick here by McDonough. Armia gets a little piece of it. But a good defensive play there by McDonough. Otherwise, this could have been a tied hockey game.
At the other end, look at Blake Coleman. He gets that in a quality scoring area. He just doesn't get very good wood on it against Carey Price. What a feed by
Savard shoots this on goal on Price. And backed out over for point, and that stick is blocked. The Montreal Kotkaniemi over to Byron. Byron backhands in. Byron away from Vasilevsky. Spun this on down. Held out by Sherratt, and that's tipped wide. Lightning have it. Over to Sergachev. Pinballed back to the point. The Canadiens keeping it in. Byron stepped through and out behind Savard there, and here's Anderson. Josh Anderson backhanding it over Kotkaniemi. Spetty Kotkaniemi. Back across and off the point and back down. Over for Sherratt. In a low-scoring game, 2-1 Lightning here in the third period. Sherratt is offside. Not offside. He fired the puck in, but he wasn't at the red line yet. So icing against Montreal. Point. Face off back there, and Canadiens will send this in. Back out for Edmondson. Edmondson out to the line, over to center ice, and chopped in looking for Gallagher. Brendan Gallagher took a hit. Gallagher stays up on the puck, looking for the puck away from point. Gallagher back out. Gallagher sent through. Gallagher waits. Holds on. Lost a chance on the puck and trying to get ahead is Palat. Palat holds. Shoots. Save Price. And Petrie took a hit. He's played up a lot. Lightning trying to keep this in. They've had a few shots in the third period, Tampa Bay has. 30-18. A 12-shot difference for Montreal, who trails by a goal. 2-1. I mean, people aren't going to like that you're there. People are going to really not like you because of the stuff you've done in the past. Like, you're going to be walking in the Lion's Den, Trent. I don't know. Maybe. How about this, Trent? How about this? Trent, how about this? How about you DM some of the people that are there? Breakaway for the Lightning, and it's tapped off the corner. And back out. And in front, Coleman shooting in a glove. Larceny by Price. How about Trent? How about you DM? Not Charles, but like, I don't know. DM Avs fan. I don't know. Thomas Tartar. Some of the good guys you see all the time. JC, and just kind of be like, hey, I know I've been weird. I know I've been annoying. I know I've been probably not. Yeah, I probably won't care that much. But DM them and kind of like talk to them, be like, hey, I don't mean Yeah, I want to join this group chat, and I really want to, be normal and stuff. I'm not going to do any of the inappropriate jokes here, because if you do, I'm throwing you. But, and I'm changed and everything else. I talked to Peter about it. You can kind of do that. Kind of like getting signatures, like a city hall getting signatures. I kind of want you to do that. He can DM them. He should be able to. I mean, they were there, right? You're not even in there. Whatever. I need to pay attention to this. Back out at the point. It's Lehkonen. Lehkonen fires at the outside. And shot in again in a save by Vasilevsky. There'll be an offensive zone draw for Montreal. 13:51 to go in the period and in the game. 1-0 lead in the series for Tampa Bay. They lead 2-1. Why is it Atlanta 16, Mets 2? We've been really good against them this year, too. So that's...
Want to grab pizza?
Bad move, guys. Get a freshly made footlong from Subway instead. Like a classic Italian BMT stacked with fresh veggies. There's a Subway 3 blocks from here.
Choose better, be better. And now save when you order in the app.
Subway, eat fresh.
The master knows when to crash the net. He's not invited, but he shows up anyway with his work friends. Because he is Jägermeister.
Before, we got started with a key, then a button. Now, see? It's on.
Before, the rain would bring me down. How you liking now, Rain?
Before, you had to be awake to make a difference.
Before it can change the world, it has to change yours. The all-new, all-electric Volkswagen ID4.
To all the women that came for me on the U.S. Women's National Team, I can't thank you enough. You allowed me to dream and to be inspired, but also to stand for something. To be in this moment with this team,
It is the greatest feeling.
2-1 lead for the Lightning in Game 2. Eddie Olczyk not with us tonight. He will return for Game 3. Eddie attended the memorial service earlier today honoring the life of his former teammate, Tom Kerbers, who won a Stanley Cup with the Canadiens in 1986. A Holy Baker Award.
I guess you could ask him. I don't know. I guess you don't have them added. So I don't know what to do. I mean, next stream when we can get more people on, kind of wait for the next stream we can get more people on. I'll bring it up. Avs fans immediately going to say no, but if you can kind of like talk to them, I think that'd be good. Like you could comment to them in the chat. I don't know. I want everybody in the normal Discord, but I also don't want the normal Discord to become an abnormal Discord. Again, if you want to post like weird jokes and funny stupid stuff, just send it to me personally. All right, back to the game. Dano, and off at the corner, Lehkonen will set this up at the Montreal bench. Canadiens will shoot this in. Lehkonen. And when I say send it to me personally, don't at me things. Like direct message me stuff. All your weirdest, stupidest, insensitive jokes, you send those, not insensitive, but, weird, stupid jokes. You could send them to me. How do you even have that? Back out Caulfield, up the middle. Suzuki, backhand shot and a save by Vasilevsky, who got the body on it, and it's Chernak shooting this in. Out for Price. Hands this back out. And the Canadiens to Foley. Dropped on through. Tyler Toffoli. On rush for Montreal. Toffoli shoots and couldn't get that through. It's Palat. Almost had Kucherov for a break, but Kucherov gets back, shoots anyway. and missed the net wide. Backhanded through from where Kucherov was in Palat, and now Savard. Savard shooting, blocked away from Sherratt by Sherratt again. Braden Point out behind. Here's Andre Palat to Savard. And intercepted and flipped down the ice. For Sergachev. Caulfield going down, battle with Sergachev. And this will be an icing against Tampa Bay.
Suzuki to fully able to get inside, get this opportunity, and here's an earlier chance for Suzuki off the beautiful feed by Cole Caulfield. Again, those three have played a whale of a hockey game here in game 2. Tremendous response by all three of them.
Back out away from Stahl, Armia. Yeah, I know a bunch of those guys are like hanging out with their friends right now, so they're not actually doing that. Here, 2-on-1. Palat with Point. And then it was poke checked away, and now Gustafsson. A Montreal player fell down. Gustafsson backhands in front, tried for Perry. Stick checked away by Andrei Vasilevsky. Matthew Joseph to Braden Point. Point looks for Joseph. Joseph the hit on Petrie. Over to Gustafsson. Eric Gustafsson back out. Over to Gustafsson to center ice, away from Maroon. Gustafsson up the middle. Tried to plank this one on out, and over Byron. Byron for Kotkaniemi. Hit Ruda with a check there as well, and Matthew Joseph slides on through to center ice. They manifest that 3-on-3 now comes across, and a save by Price as it handles to him, and now a communion at the corner with 10:43 to go in the third period. Yeah, he was right to do that. That's not what I wanted you to ask him. Trent, I don't want you to ask him, why did you leave? You're not asking him anything. You're letting him know why I let you in. You're letting him know that you're not going to do any memes or any joke. We can do hockey memes, but you're not going to do anything inappropriate. You're not going to be weird. You're not going to do that stuff, because if you are, then I'm booting you. I know, we have to let him. Yeah, right.
The shots are 34-20 in favor of Montreal. Johnny Gord hustling down the right wing. Met by John Merrill. Up the middle for Philip Deneau. Here come the Canadiens. Puck sent along by Gallagher. Vasilevsky waiting.
Back out for Edmondson. Edmondson steps aside. Back across right circle, passed in front for Gallagher, and he couldn't tap that in.
Force a turnover by Vasilevsky, and then eventually they're able to set up shop in the offensive zone. But we didn't see a lot of this in game 1.
Trent, it is imperative to me, though JC was fine, but it's imperative to me that you have to, in my opinion, you have to. Trent, you have to talk to Abs fan. Because Abs fan, for some reason, gets highly triggered by you. Nathan, he's fine with you for whatever reason, but for whatever reason, well, not for whatever reason. For whatever reason, Trent, you got to talk to him about, but anyway, I don't really care. Just figure that out. Aren't you in the Discord? I thought you were in the Discord. Shot in for that, but pass in front. Gallagher couldn't loop that through, and the Lightning out to center.
Just over 9 minutes remaining. Third period. Kenny Albert, Brian Boucher. Pierre McGuire inside the glass from Amalie Arena in Tampa.
Why? What was that link? Was that link the Suzuki slides in through. No, Trent, don't DM Charles. Trent, the only person I want you to DM is Avs fan. Okay, Avs fan probably won't talk to you today, but when he talks to you, okay, as we go to commercial, 8:35 to go in the third, 2-1 Lightning. Oh, that's right. You can't talk to Avs. Right. That's right. You can't talk to Avs fan. Why? No. Here's what we'll do. Here's what we're gonna do. Trent. Here's what we're gonna do. Trent. I know. Here's what we're gonna do. I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna wait to the next stream for Avs fan, and you'll ask him then. If Avs fan doesn't come by for the Stanley Cup final, well, okay. So if Avs fan doesn't come by to the Stanley Cup final, maybe even Sunday too, because next Sunday, because I might do the World Cup. But no, Stanley Cup. If Avs, all right, whatever. Who cares? So, if Avs fan doesn't answer, not answer. Avs fan doesn't come by to the live stream while you're there in the Stanley Cup final, then I will DM him after Game 7 or not 7, whenever the series ends, if he wasn't there, and then let him know to talk to you. But I don't want to upset other people and have them leave. I want everybody to be happy. That's the point. So that's what we're going to do. So I will wait. I care, and you got to stop saying that.
Late goal by Coleman late in the second period, and understand that they still have to find a way to get this game equalized, and if they do that, they can have a chance to get this series back to Montreal tied 1-1. Face off to the left of Andrei Vasilevsky.
Suzuki and a face off. Tied up again by that Lightning win the face off. Braden Point. Point steps it up out to center ice. They've been better in the third period. Tampa Bay has. Barclay Gaudreau on the backhand. We'll sweep this across, but it's intercepted in Montreal here. Pass across in Caulfield, and the Canadiens are offside. I'm not going to let them go somewhere else. I would just either re-add them, and if they kept leaving, then create another place. Point on the face-off, back out. Edmondson will step this throughout the center and shot in by Montreal. Chernak hit hard. Canadiens keep it in Edmondson. This is tipped up high again. And away from McDonough. This is one of those gritty, grimy games the Lightning have to try to win. Canadiens back up. Edmondson shoots in. Tipped away out of play with 7:55 to go in the third.
I think everybody just assumes, that the Tampa Bay Lightning are a real good hockey team, right? And they a lot of talk about Kucherov and Point and Hedman, but the reality is Andrei Vasilevsky plays a huge role into this.
Yanni Gourde is also out there on the ice.
That's what matters most. And sometimes there's walls where he doesn't get a lot of work, and then there's other times where
kicked away and then shot in. Sherratt. Over it's Victor Hedman. He'll backhand this in. And stepped away from Armia. Trent, do you understand though? All right, one last thing, and then we're not gonna talking about this again. Trent, do you understand though where I'm coming from? Like I'm actually trusting you more. I'm trusting that you'll be normal, and I want you to join the normal Discord, but I just want like at least a few people's approval. I don't care if this mod, who I'm assuming is Nathan, doesn't care. Do you understand me, Trent? If you're here, Trent, do you understand me? Sherratt holds, waits, pass in front, backhanded, tipped away. Sherratt looks away from Maroon, and it's back over there. Hedman's there. Armia with a hit. Okay, thank you. As long as you understand. I appreciate that you understand and that you're maturing. That makes me really happy. Back out behind. Over for Jan Ruda. Ruda steps ahead. Back across to center. And up to the corner away from Edmondson. Over Sorelli. Out to the point. Shut in. Okay, good. And I know where you're coming from, Trent. And I understand where you're coming from. Back out to point. To Gord. Yanni Gord out in front. Stick lifted. Tyler Johnson couldn't get that through. And it's tipped on back, and it's Yanni Gord in the backhand. Gord. Step through Sorelli. Sorelli away from Kotkaniemi. Sorelli over to Chernak. Chernak shoots. Tapped on loose. Johnson went down. And here's your Spietti Kotkaniemi. Over for McDonough with a hit. And Chernak will backhand this through all the way back to center. Shea Weber shoots in. 5:40 to go in the third period. The Lightning 2, the Canadiens 1 in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final. Lightning lead the series 1-0. Trying to go up 2-0 back to the Bell Center for the first time that stadium will ever have hockey. On the final game in the foreseeable future of hockey on NBC Sports Network, as the next 4 will be on NBC if we get them. 5:28 to go in the third. Or next. Is it 5? Yeah, 5, not 4. And we go to commercial. All right.
Online, honey, now that can affect your credit score.
Didn't, Dad? Then I got my real rate and monthly payment. Now I just need to head to the dealership for a test drive and purchase.
Sounds easy.
Yeah, it is.
Well, since we're both up, who wants French toast? What's in your wallet?
Liberty Mutual customized furniture so you can pay for what you need. How much money can Liberty
Oi.
save you?
Atlanta Braves won today against the Mets by 18 runs. 20-2. Well,
Everything hurts.
Only pay for what you need.
at least
The flat spin 360. Often imagined, rarely attempted. Accomplished. Just this once. The turbocharged Kia K5.
The city of Montreal will host the Stanley Cup Final game on Friday for the first time since June 1993, when the Canadiens won their 23rd and most recent Stanley Cup championship. Game 4 on Monday, and then Game 5, if necessary, back here in Tampa.
the drive for 25 for Montreal is really hit a roadblock here in Game 2 with what happened in Game 1, and they can still win. I mean, what is the thing? You haven't really lost the series until you lost at home, as Danault will shoot in and glove saved by Vasilevsky. But a split was just really so epic for the Canadiens, and it's interesting, as well as they've played, they've never had the lead. It wasn't like they had 1-0 and the Lightning tied it in the second period, then they had the buzzer beater. No, they've never led. They've been so good, but they've never led. They've trailed twice.
More than they enjoy the skill part of it, and it's a big reason why they've had success. Make no mistake about it.
Every elimination game
year was a shutout. 4-0 over Florida, 2-0 over Carolina, 1-0 over the Islanders.
Lightning to shoot it in, and Price will step this across Gustafsson. Banked on back Sergachev out to center ice. Montreal, and you look back at Price and when. Probably not for another minute and a half. Danault shoots this through. And back out. Lightning will bank it to center ice in the final 5 minutes. Price hands it off to Gustafsson. Gustafsson behind the net. Draw pass. Out through Gustafsson. Banked it on back, and a backhand pass off the boards that never went through. Caulfield firing this in. Back out Petrie. Backhands over to Edmondson. Joel Edmondson. Over from Toffoli. And back out Suzuki. Over it's Edmondson. Edmondson drops off. And it went in! Oh, the Lightning put it in off a stick. And this might be it. Not for the series, but for the game. 3-1 Tampa, Palat. Because of what you said, the negative description of other people. But anyway, in the game, Palat, after Edmondson, he thought a Montreal player, Petrie, was going there, and Palat beat Petrie to the puck. He banks this through on the I told him how. Off the leg of Carey Price, and the Lightning take a 3-1 lead in game 2, and have a lead in the series. Look like they're on their way to the 2-0 lead in the series. Crowd is roaring here. They actually haven't been particularly loud because Montreal's been so dominant in the game, but now they are. Matthew Joseph's line is up. Joseph. Back across. Chernak. Trying to lob it for Maroon. Back poke to center ice, and Chernak with it. Chernak. 3:35 to go in the third. Shot in off of Price. Maroon with a hit, but now Gustafsson will carry it out. Gustafsson to center. Gustafsson slides this, and it gets poked to center ice again. Kotkaniemi just fired this one on back, and gloved out by Price. Yanni Gourde now getting into a bit of extracurricular stuff, and now the Canadiens, who we said never led, but have never trailed more than one, have never trailed by more than one goal. Trail by more than one goal. They're down 3-1. Palat has the goal now. Palat scored a goal in game number 1, and he's got a goal here in game 2. Lightning win the faceoff. Hedman. Try to wrist this back around. No, I don't think so, but that was something that is that, yes. Back behind, Canadiens, right down off the boards. Stepped out on the backhand, and Petrie with it. Petrie. Carry, carry, carry is the chant here in Tampa. But he hasn't really been particularly bad. Anderson fires this up into the glove of Vasilevsky, who will slide this up out to center. And the Canadiens try to bring it up. Cirelli and back out. The last team to win a playoff series down 2-0 in the Stanley Cup down 0-2-0 in the final were the Bruins in 2011 against the last time in Vancouver, the last time a Canadian team was there, as Price will snare this out of the air with a glove. With 2:12 left in the third, still 3-1 Tampa Bay.
I'm not sure people in Montreal would have thought he hit 40 shots on Andre Vasilevsky, and you might lose a game. And that's where they are right now. They're getting only 19 in game one. They have 40 here in game two, and they're down 3-1. What a testament to the way
They've played better, and it's funny, if the buzzer beater goal didn't happen, they still could have lost here in regulation. It's just the Lightning just have everything going right now. Now, I think you're going to see a very different team next year because of the cap, and because they were able to be above the cap because of that didn't matter once the playoffs started, but a lot of RFAs and a lot of big money, and there may be some losses, but the 2 straight Stanley Cups, if the Lightning are able to win this series, no matter what happens, obviously still will have cap issues, would definitely put some solace on all of that with the departures. Yeah, I think we're definitely looking at a different team. This is a shot in front in the offseason next season. It's shot in front, Perry back across. Lightning, of course, will have the Winter Classic in Nashville against not the Winter Classic, the outdoor series in Nashville against the Predators. Back out in front, Suzuki to Sherratt. 1:20 to go in the third. Extra attacker on the ice. Try to pinball it on Vasilevsky, and he holds on with 1:18 to go in the third. I am nice to him. He understands me, too, and I understand him.
Down to a minute 18. 6 skaters on the ice for the Canadiens. Point and Deneau.
Braden Point, Philip Deneau on the faceoff. I don't know, Lil Perk 30. Back out across. Out over at the corner. 1:05 to go in the third. Perry on the backhand. Perry back through. Why, Trent? Do you really want the link? Fine. I'll send you the link. Okay. Back in front for Suzuki and tipped and backhanded out the center. And this puck will go to the empty net, and it's wide icing. No, I told you when I'm going to... Stop asking this. It's bothering me, guys. I'm trying to pay attention to the game, and every so often I have to talk about this stupidity. Because we talked about when I was going to give it to you. Timeout for Montreal. Alexander Burrows will tell the Canadiens what to do with 46.7. Is this to try to, and that's the interesting thing. Burrows, who's stenciling this out, was on the ice for every game in the entire series of the last Canadian team to get to the final and the last series where a team was down 0-2 and won the cup. And he was on the losing end on both of those factoids with Vancouver. Back out, trying to find Toffoli. A hit on the puck. And why would I ask for forgiveness? Petrie hangs on. Caulfield shooting. Save Vasilevsky. Back out to Caulfield. Everybody standing here. Petrie, right circle, handed on Anderson. Back in front, Vasilevsky made a save and point. And out to center. The net is empty. And fanned on the puck there. Toffoli. To Petrie away from Palat. Petrie shoots in. 10 seconds to go in the second period. In the third period. Second period. Sergachev all the way down. The puck is rolling wide. And icing is not going to count. Game 2 is over. But there is fighting at the end of Game 2. The Lightning take a 2-0 lead in the series, heading up to Montreal. The Canadiens are going to have to win at least one of those games to continue their Stanley Cup hopes, and they would want two to come back here in a best of three. Lightning win 3-1 over the Montreal Canadiens. The game winner came with a second left in the second period. Blake Coleman nets the game winner, and later in this third, Palat with insurance. No, I'm not going to stream basketball. I will see you guys Friday for Game 3 between the Canadiens and the Lightning. Good night, everybody. Happy hockey, everybody.